Most people will spend 40, 50 years of their life working for money and never once stop to ask what it actually is. Not the textbook answer. The real answer, the one that explains why some people sleep fine at night and others lie awake doing math in their heads at 2 a.m. Here's the thing, you've been playing a game your entire life without ever learning the actual rules. And in the next few minutes, that changes. If you stay with me through this video, you're going to see the system the way it was never meant to be seen. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So, what is money? You probably learned it's a medium of exchange, a store of value. And sure, technically that's not wrong, but it's like describing a con as a business transaction. Technically accurate, completely misses the point. Here's what money actually is. Money is trust. That's it. It's a mass hallucination we all agree to participate in. The dollar in your wallet has zero intrinsic value. No gold backing it, no commodity behind it. Its worth exists purely because enough people believe it exists. That's the first thing they don't tell you. When you get your paycheck, you're not receiving wealth. You're receiving a claim on wealth, a promise. And promises are only as good as the people making them. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Centuries ago, a small group of people figured something out. If you can control the trust, you control everything that trust is built on. So they built systems, institutions. They made money feel complicated, academic, something you'd need a finance degree to understand. And it worked beautifully. Most people never question the system. They just participate in it. And when they fall behind, they blame themselves. That's not an accident. Let me show you how money is actually created, because this part is going to bother you. When you deposit money in a bank, the bank doesn't sit on it. They lend it out. That's basic enough. But here's the part that breaks people's brains when they first hear it. Banks create money out of nothing. Every loan a bank makes is new money that didn't exist 5 minutes ago, typed into existence digitally. The cash in your savings account, a massive chunk of it only exists because somewhere someone is making payments on a loan. If that person defaults, that money functionally disappears. Think about what that means. The entire modern economy runs on debt. Every dollar in circulation beyond physical bills is somebody's liability. The system doesn't just tolerate debt, it requires debt. It needs it to survive. Here's the math. A bank issues $1 million in loans at 5% interest. They've created $1 million in the economy, but they've also created a demand for $1,050,000 to pay it back. Where does that extra $50,000 come from? More loans, more debt, always more. And here's your emotional spike. Imagine a couple, both working, Marcus and Diane, combined income around $175,000 a year in a mid-sized city. By every measure, they're doing okay. Good jobs, nice apartment, newer cars. Then Marcus gets laid off. One income disappears. They've got 2 car payments, credit card minimums, a lifestyle built on both salaries running at full speed. Within 90 days, they're behind on everything. Within 6 months, they're fighting every other night. Not about money exactly, about what the money revealed, that they were never actually stable. They were just moving fast enough not to notice. The average American household is carrying over $154,000 in debt right now. Most of those households feel like they're doing fine, right up until they're not. Here's what the system figured out that most people haven't. Debt is the most elegant trap ever engineered, because it doesn't feel like a trap. It feels like a reward. You can have the house now, the car now, the kitchen renovation now. You can feel wealthy today and pay for it across the next 30 years. And the genius move. While you're paying, you're frozen. You can't quit the job that's destroying you. Can't take the risk on the business idea you've been sitting on for 4 years. Can't do anything that might interrupt the payments. Comfortable, stable, trapped. That's the design. And here's the part nobody talks about. You weren't born wanting these things with this intensity. You were trained to want them. Through ads, through social media, through watching people around you consume. The system doesn't just trap you with debt. It manufactures the desire that drives you into it. Now, let's talk about how the other side uses this exact same tool. People who actually understand money don't avoid debt. They weaponize it. Here's the difference. You borrow to consume. Car loan, vacation, new furniture. Your debt goes up, your net worth stays flat. A wealthy person borrows to acquire assets. Real estate that generates rent, a business that generates revenue. Their debt goes up, but their assets go up faster. And the interest they pay, often tax deductible, which means the government is partially subsidizing their investment. Same tool, completely different outcome. This is why compound interest gets talked about so much. Invested right $10,000 at 10% annual returns becomes over $450,000 after 40 years. But here's the catch that nobody emphasizes enough. You need capital to start, and the system makes sure most people are too busy servicing debt to ever accumulate it. Generational wealth isn't just about the money itself, it's about the head start. Someone who inherits assets at 22 starts generating returns at 22. Meanwhile, someone starting from zero is still digging out of student loans at 35. The math was never meant to balance. So what do you do with this? Knowing how the system works doesn't automatically free you from it. That would be too easy, but it does something more important. It stops you from blaming yourself for a game that was designed to be hard to win. And when you stop blaming yourself, you start making different choices. You don't need to signal a wealth you don't have. You don't need to consume on credit to prove something to people who aren't watching you that closely anyway. You can't opt out of the system entirely, but you can stop playing it the way the system wants you to. You probably won't break into generational wealth overnight, but you could build something more valuable than most people chase. A life where money works for you instead of the other way around. That's not nothing. That's everything.